The day is January 6th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. And Clemson, little old Clemson, has dipped their toes, their ankles, their Achilles, maybe up to their knee, into the transfer portal. Dustin, how are we feeling today?
I don't know, man. I think you're underselling it. I think they may be swimming in the transfer portal right now.
I think we dove head first. I
Yeah.
think we dove head first. This is uncharted territory for me. I was always of the belief that the portal was wrong morally, and as soon as we started using it, I turned tail on that. I'm all in. This transfer portal might be more fun than high school recruiting. Is that wrong for me to say?
No, not at all. Honestly, we were just talking about it. Like you get reports that the all ACC freshman linebacker from Cal is on campus today, and then just a mere few hours later he's committed. Like
It's
what's better
crazy.
than that, man? You don't have to go through like multiple visits. You don't have to go through like what high school is he from? Like it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's so much easier to evaluate players like this. It's so much easier to have a good grasp on what kind of impact they can have on our team. Like it's really easy to tier them. Like when people get signed, you're like, okay, well, he's probably going to be a starting linebacker next to Sammy Brown. It's pretty easy.
Right. And the difference between high school recruiting and transfer portal recruiting that I've noticed in the 2 days that I've been experiencing the transfer portal. If a guy comes on campus as a high schooler, it don't mean crap. It doesn't mean absolutely anything. I don't care. Even at Clemson where they don't offer that many people. If a guy comes on campus, the dude's just using a visit. If a guy comes on campus as a portal guy, there's strong indications that he's going to come to that school. Like you said, Luke Ferrelli, the Italian stallion, comes on campus today. Don't leave. He comes from the West Coast to the best coast, and it's exciting. It's exciting. It's everything that Gen Z wants, right? Instant gratification. We see the dude step on campus. He steps off in a freaking Clemson uniform, and he's not the only one we got. And we're going to talk about a couple more of those. But before we do that, Dustin, we got to talk Chad Morris. So we alluded to it last week. We thought Chad Morris was the guy. Well, we thought right. So pat yourself on the back. We were right. He's officially hired as the Clemson OC. I love his salary structure, which is a really weird thing to say about another man's income. But I just love the way they put it together. $360,000 a year plus almost $1 million worth of incentives. That's how a salary should be put together. Honestly, that's how these freaking NIL deals or revenue share deals should be put together. They should be, and a lot of NFL deals are put that way. You hear Patrick Mahomes is $500 million contract. Well, you don't see the guaranteed money. The guaranteed money they're going to get. But the rest of it's all incentive-based. That's why these guys play hurt. That's why these guys shoot Toradell or whatever it's called into their freaking earlobes to play. So I just went on a tangent on the wrong thing. Chad Morris is here. Chad Morris is here. Dustin, what does that do for you?
I just have no idea what to expect. I genuinely don't. I will say this, that like whenever Chad Morris was the offensive coordinator at Clemson the last time, like he had an innovative mind. So he was kind of an innovator in, offensive scheme and stuff like that. And obviously the scheme that he had back in those days is outdated and it's been caught up and all that stuff. But like if you know anyone that's like a tinkerer or someone who's like an innovator, like they just continue to innovate. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
who's to say that the guy that hasn't coached in 5 years hasn't, been behind the scenes kind of tinkering what he wants to do? And honestly, he just watched his mentor, Gus Malzahn, have an offense at Florida State last year, who he helped prep Clemson for. So I think that he could evolve. I think that he could be fun. The one thing that you're going to get with Chad Morris is you're going to get more tempo, 100%. And honestly, Chad Morris has never had a problem scoring points.
No, and that's
at Clemson. Sorry, he's never had a problem scoring points at Clemson.
Well,
and you can talk about his other stops all you want, but he's at Clemson, and he was really, really good at Clemson the first time.
Exactly right. He went to Arkansas. Who's been able to score points at Arkansas without the last name Petrino? Nobody. Who's been able to score points at SMU before NIL? Nobody. The Pony Express was NIL, period. And then NIL comes and Rhett Lashley has a lot of success because they're finally able to get talent in the door. So Obviously I see Chad Morris through rose-colored glasses because he's at Clemson. So I'm going to look at the perspective that makes it the most positive. From my perspective, though, Dustin, I don't care who it was that walked in those doors. All that matters for Clemson next year is who's playing quarterback, who's running the football, and are they effective at both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You can, if you want to blame Cade about the offensive stuff, you want to blame Garrett Riley about the offensive stuff the past few years, whatever. It was a conglomerate of multiple things put together to make it ineffective. That, to me, makes it an offensive coordinator issue. Cade Klubnik didn't progress. He didn't get better. He wasn't able to read the field efficiently.
Right.
None of these things are knocks against Cade. I like his arm talent. We were never able to efficiently run the football with Garrett Riley for multiple reasons, right? Whether it be because we couldn't recruit the running back position efficiently, getting enough people in the room, whether it be we couldn't keep them healthy, or we just weren't running the football enough, or we had the wrong guys blocking, or we had the wrong blocking plays called up. It's a multitude of things, and I think it comes back to the offensive leader. So what I like with Chad Morris, your offense is going to be efficient. The offense is going to manufacture yards. He's going to do purposeful motion. One of the things that you and I have talked about, Dustin, is in the Garrett Riley offense, we had motion that was for no reason. It was
performative. It was just there.
Right. It was increasing cardio of our wide receivers. What are we doing? So Chad Morris, it's not just window paint. He's moving guys to put him in position. If you go back and watch, I believe it was the Ohio State game with Chad Morris. One of the first plays of the game, we have Sammy Watkins lined up in the backfield, and we're in an L formation. And then Sammy obviously, runs a certain way. But the defense isn't used to seeing that. They see it. He's a star player. You have to key in on that. So I love the hire from that perspective. I love the familiarity. I love that Dabo is going to trust him. There will be no rumors of Dabo not trusting Chad Morris. He knows who Chad Morris is. Mm-hmm. He knows what he can do. I don't think he'll tamper or tinker with the offense as much as he probably did with a Garrett Riley or a Brandon Streeter. Okay, so that makes me feel okay about it. But we got to be able to run the football, and we have to have a quarterback that can deliver the football. Do we have that right now? I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll say this, obviously in this era, with kids and wanting to go in the portal and stuff, I do think Vizina deserves a shot. I think that Vizina's sticking it out and going in the crock pot, so to speak. But let's be fair to the kid. He hasn't had much opportunity either. In years past, Clemson scored enough points and won enough blowouts to where we could see the backups and they could get meaningful game reps and all that stuff. But we just haven't been in that situation. So, Vizina's been in minor mop-up duty. He's played against some FCS schools. And then he got a showing against SMU this 1 year. So he hasn't really had many meaningful snaps. So I would just be hesitant to be completely out on the kid. And he's obviously an easy kid to pull for. He loves Clemson and has stuck it out and wants a chance to be the starter. I just wish they would bring someone in to compete. That's it. I don't necessarily want to go out and spend $5 million on a portal quarterback. But I think getting someone with some experience who could compete with Vizina and push him along would be the best option.
Yeah, and we talked about a Bryce Davis, a Jaden Davis out of Michigan, Bryce Davis out of UNC, a guy that is high talent, doesn't necessarily – it's not going to be very expensive because he's not one of the bigger names, but you've seen the talent. We recruited him, so he's got some familiarity with our program, comes in and just competes. I don't like the current state of the quarterback room. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I'm going to trust what's going to be in there, and I'm going to be their biggest fan come kickoff against LSU in Baton Rouge.
So what was TJ Moore's best game last year?
SMU with Chris Vizina at quarterback.
And what game did we throw a jump ball to Tristan Smith and he scored a touchdown on?
SMU with Chris Vizina at quarterback. That's huge. And you think about it, Vizina, regardless of what you think about him, played with more confidence than what Cade did. It was not – I feel like this year Cade was afraid to throw picks. Mm-hmm. He was afraid to take shots. Unless it was into Antonio Williams, Vizina didn't care. Both 100%. Of those balls was my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put the ball up in the air, and they're going to make a play, period. And another thing that Vizina does that I think Cade struggled with is with the deep ball, Cade missed short a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Vizina, if you notice on the TJ Moore throw, was an overthrow. TJ
Right.
Moore makes a play because he's elite. The Tristan Smith play, he puts it high up there, which is an overthrow, and gives his big guy an opportunity to go make a play. Cade was constantly underthrowing guys. You go back to the South Carolina game, we have, who was it wide open in the end zone? Adam Randall. He underthrows it. It's a pick.
Right.
So underthrows are picks on deep balls. If it's a deep ball and you overthrow, worst thing that happens, it's an incomplete. Right?
Yeah, they coached the gunslinger out of Cade. Like Cade coming into Clemson was a gunslinger, was kind of like a non-thinker, just kind of, react and play, and they kind of coached that out of him and wanted him to be methodical and go to your check down and all that stuff, and it just ended up hindering the offense as a whole. So,
and you need me to tell you what Chad Morris does a really good job of, and I can speak from experience. I was a nobody when I first got to Clemson with Chad Morris there. He had an exit interview with me and spoke to me as if he knew me and told me he liked what I thought about football, whatever. And if I ever wanted to coach, to text him or call him when I was out of school. That's a nobody. He didn't recruit me. And he's saying those things to me. And he instilled confidence in me that I didn't have. And the quarterbacks in those rooms that he was a part of, he instilled confidence in them. There was never questions. When he posed things, they weren't questions. It was, we are going to be the most explosive offense in the country. We are going to have 100 plays. We are going to score this many points. On this drive, you're going to throw the ball here. That instills confidence in you. There is no other option. It's going to happen. Right. And if it doesn't happen, how do we get there? It's none of this adjusting on the fly. It's okay, this is what we want to do as an offense. This is our identity. We're going to go out there and freaking do it because that's who Clemson is. You have the talent to be able to do that. We always have. So coming down to it, I like the hire overall. It's not the big splash name. It's not sexy. We've seen it before. He's an ex-girlfriend. All right. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they talk about, the love making's great. Okay. We know what he can do. The exciting stuff's going to be great. But man, the crash out could be bad and ugly. It really could. So this is big boomer bust right here. And if Dabo's going to put his nuts on the line for somebody, I'm all in on him. Speaking of the offense, TJ Moore is back. So we talked about Vizina. Does that give you more or less hope in this offense?
Oh, absolutely. I think TJ Moore was probably, for me, the one that was most up in the air about other teams coming and calling and giving him offers and him actually coming back. But him coming back, I mean, definitely is a signal for how he feels about Vizina in a way. He's not coming back to Clemson in his money year if he doesn't think Vizina is going to be able to get him the football, or he can't hit the broadside of a barn. So, I mean, obviously he has some sort of confidence in Vizina. And obviously the Chad Morris hire as well, because if we would have botched the hire, or if he didn't, I mean, listen, Dabo can sell water to a drowning man. So I'm not going to, I'm really not going to, undervalue Dabo's ability to sell Chad Morris to the team. But obviously TJ Moore coming back, he doesn't hate the hire. If he hated the hire, he would probably be in the portal right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, in our notes, I even put ditto. I feel the same exact way you do. I think this is why TJ Moore was reluctant to sign. I don't think it had anything to do with numbers. I don't think it had anything to do with tampering. I think he wanted to see what Dabo was going to do. And maybe some of the smoke you hear coming out of the camp, maybe it was the opposite of what we all thought. Maybe as if he makes Vizina walk, he's not the guy I thought he was. And that's not who I want to play for. Don't know. That's speculation too.
Yeah.
It does give me more confidence. It gives me more confidence in what we have in the room, what they're going to do going forward, and what the vision is. Obviously, like you said, Dabo could sell water to a drowning man, and he did. He did, because this offense was drowning last year, and he just gave them life.
But even going back to Chad Morris, like, one of the best things Chad Morris did when he was offensive coordinator is he got the ball to the playmakers. It was more about players than plays. It's more about, hey, like, I got Sammy Watkins on the field. How do I get him the football? Do I need to line him up in the slot to get him the football? Okay, I'm going to motion him over to the slot and get him matched up with who I want to get matched up with. So Chad Morris does a really good job of that. I think that TJ Moore will be featured a lot in this offense. I think there's good hope that Wesco comes back. Wesco obviously isn't a big social media guy, so he's not out there, tweeting cryptic things and trying to, rage bait people online with his little memes or whatever. But I think Wesco comes back. So then you're sitting there looking at Wesco, TJ Moore, Naheem Burrows. I mean, like, that's a special man.
I'm not doing it again this year.
Isn't that funny? We sit here and we like watch the offense for a whole season, and then the season ends, right? And then all we do is bring everyone back, and it's like, man, this offense next year, whoo,
it's going to be something. Actually, no.
College football is undefeated, man. Like the amount of hope that you get in the offseason is just it's unparalleled to any other sport.
Yeah, we're addicted to hopium. Listen, I texted you, Dustin, the other day, and never texted you back. You wanted to know what I had to say, and I never texted you back. I said, hear me out, and never sent anything back. I want you to hear me out now. What if this offense just needs to do enough because of what we're about to do on defense?
Listen, I'm pretty confident this defense is going to be much, much better than the defense last year.
Which is crazy to say because we just talked about, hey, last year the offense and the defense were supposed to be phenomenal. Everyone leaves off the defense, good, bad, and different. And now I think we're more confident going into this year after 3 portal signings than maybe I was last year. Because last year, you had this idea of what we were and what we could be because it's like, all right, naturally, everyone's going to get better. That didn't happen. This year, you've got older guys. They're coming out here to prove it. You mix them in with the talent we already had in the room. Man, the sky could be the limit. So you talk about the portal guys. Dabo. I say Dabo. We both know who sparked this. And this was back in October, early November, when Tom Allen essentially just came out and said, this defense, the people on this defense ain't going to cut it. Right. We knew on that interview where he said, I want guys who are long, fast, and love football, that the guys' days were numbered on that defense. We didn't know who. Oops. We just know that there were people in there. And we've seen Khalil Barnes. We saw Champ Thompson go in, not go in. We saw Caden Story, Stephylan Green.
Ricardo Jones.
I'm sorry. That's you do, Dustin.
It's okay, man.
Silence?
No, we're all right.
What's crazy is Carolina called Ricardo Jones.
Well, he is kind of their daddy now. I mean,
are they calling us to check in, or they want him to come?
I don't know, man. And listen, I'll say this: I'm not privy to NIL talks, and I don't have numbers that people were signing for, numbers that people were asking for. But there's a clear shift in philosophy that, like, Dabo's not going to be like shaken down by players, like where they're going to go in and be like, "Hey, I want $1.5 million," and he's like, "Yeah, then you need to hit the road then, because I'm not giving you that." I'm not saying he's saying that. I'm just saying I think some of these people like Khalil Barnes, Ricardo Jones, they're just asking for too much, and then he's coming back to him at the negotiating table and saying, "Look, I'm not going to pay you that much. I'm not going to be held hostage here." And then the players end up leaving.
Are you shocked that Khalil Barnes signed so quickly with Georgia?
I mean, he was a Georgia fan his whole life. The dude grew up in Athens.
But that means Georgia has to be interested too.
Yeah.
And from freshman year to now, I think he regressed. I'm not hating on Khalil Barnes. It's just watching what he was able to do on this defense this year and how he was able to not tackle, how he was able to not make plays that he was making as a freshman. It shocks me that a team like Georgia is going to go pick him up. I mean, or maybe
Khalil was injured his sophomore year. Last year, he had no confidence.
Didn't know that. That'd be good to know. It was bad. It was a bad year to wear number 7 last year. Bad year to wear number 7. Phil Maffa was hurt all year, and Khalil Barnes. When you say last year, you're talking about 2024 or 2025?
2024, Khalil Barnes he had injury issues.
His hamstring, wasn't it?
And then this last year he had some injury issues. So, but I don't think he ever looked confident this year. I don't think he ever had belief in what he was doing. Hence why Mickey Conn is now not the safeties coach at Clemson.
Yeah, have fun in Sanford, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Marquise Henderson. Marquise Love Them Gun Sound Henderson is now a Bulldog, a Sanford Bulldog. His coach is
I'm not surprised. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Is it okay to call him Love Them Gun Sounds? That's the Waka
Sure,
Flocka reference.
sure, man. Yeah, of course.
You listen to Waka Flocka
I
down there?
have I have not in a while. He's not on my everyday playlist.
We might need to bring him back. Could you imagine Waka Flocka doing a concert in Death Valley before a game this year? I mean, North Carolina did Ludacris. Why can't we have Waka Flocka on Tillman Hill?
Yeah, right before a noon kick on CW.
Yeah, we're about to play. We're about to play Charleston Southern, and yeah, he's out there on the hill, not on the hill, on the big field, Bowman Field. I said Tillman Field. I meant Bowman Field. Sorry. He's out there on Bowman Field, just giving a rager, shaking his dreads. You know, I think that would be a good idea. Right, Dabo, I know you're listening. Write that one down. That's a good NIL opportunity. So we're in the portal. Tom Allen has got us diving head first. We're professional divers now. Day one, Elliott Washington, defensive back at Penn State. Hey, you know what? You know what I know about Elliott Washington, Dustin?
That he was the fastest. That he was the fastest player on Penn State.
I know three things. I know he was the fastest player on Penn State. I know he's got long arms. Pretty sure he loves football.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. So, and he's got experience in Tom Allen's system. Played in Tom Allen's system 2 years ago. He's a Penn State guy, which is funny because they just gave us the belt. So thank you for coming to show us the way, Mr. Elliott. And it was quick. Came into this system. I think he's 5'11". Really good man-to-man corner. Can get up into anybody's grill. He was rated the number 3 defensive back in terms of pass coverage snaps per PFF in the Big Ten. Not too shabby. So especially when you were at Penn State and weren't playing too well. So I like that.
Yeah, I forget the stat. It was like maybe catch rate allowed or something like that.
Yes, catch rate allowed. You're right.
Third in the Big Ten.
The true freshman from Oregon was number 1. The kid who just had 2 picks against Texas Tech. I'm forgetting his name.
Finney. Yeah, Finney.
Yeah, Brendan Finney. And I'm number 2 was Igbinosun from Ohio State, and then 3 is Elliott Washington. Why do I remember that? I don't know. Then the Italian Stallion, we talked about him earlier, Luke Farrelly, the ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year from Cal, announces this morning he's at Clemson.
Let's go, man.
This afternoon, he's a Tiger.
That's a massive pickup.
Huge. And 3 years of eligibility. This is the quintessential Dabo transfer portal pickup. He's got 3 years of eligibility. And the dude's just a stud. He plays with his hair on fire. You go back and watch his tape. This dude, like when he blitzes the gap, he blitzes with purpose. And when he's running into people, he's running into them 5,000 miles per hour. He's fast. He's long. And he plays like he loves football, Dustin. There's 2 people that I've met that criteria. Tom Allen has a type. He's able to get them at Clemson. Luke Farrelly, 6'3", 230, true freshman. So now he'll be a true sophomore. Can't wait to see him next to Sammy Brown. Can't wait to see him next to Sammy Brown.
Those will be your 2 starting linebackers next year, yes.
And now it gives you depth. You know, Jeremiah Alexander, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I feel like Jeremiah Alexander is going to be that rover, that Tiger position that we thought he was going to be this year. A guy who can rush the passer and probably play a little bit of linebacker. I would like to see them do that with him a little bit to give the defense a little bit of versatility. But I don't know. I want to see Jeremiah Alexander get snaps because he's one of those dudes similar to, you know, who are we just talking about? I don't know. But he's like an Adam Randall to me at this point, even though he hasn't been here his whole career. He's a tweener who just wants to play and get better. And everything you read about him was he was the hardest worker on the practice field and the weight room. You want to see that just play out. Chris Vizina is who we're talking about in that case. You want to see those guys win. You really do. What are your thoughts on Luke Farrelly?
Yeah, like everything you said. He shoots gaps really well, covers sideline to sideline, decent in coverage. I think it's going to be a nasty duo with him and Sammy Brown next year. 2 fast guys, like 2 really good linebackers that can play in a 4-2-5. People don't understand how hard it is to play linebacker in a 4-2-5 and just how much ground you have to cover. And both those guys can definitely do it. So I'm excited. I'm pumped for that one. That's probably the biggest transfer portal pickup of the 3 easily. And it allows you, like Kobe McLeod isn't a starter next year. Like Jeremiah Alexander's not a starter. Logan Anderson, who had a torn ACL coming out of high school, he has some time to develop and get his feet up underneath him a little bit. So it's good. I think it's funny. Like if you really want to look at it, if you want to do transfer portal math, D. Creighton leaves the linebacker room, and who do we pick up? Luke Farrelly. Would you take that trade?
I would take that trade.
Yeah, I would. I think I would too. So Clemson just won that transfer portal battle, whatever you want to call it. So that's the kind of stuff that you want to see, and the stuff that normal football programs in the year 2026 are doing.
Let's play this game for defensive back. Who's the cat that left? I'm already
Ricardo Jones.
Not Ricardo Jones. The corner left in like October.
Oh, Shelton Lewis.
Shelton Lewis. Would you rather have Shelton Lewis or Elliott Washington?
Buddy, give me Elliott Washington.
We're 2 for 2. All right, let's go to the next guy. Your guy.
Ricardo Jones.
No. Or?
Jerome Carter. I'm taking Jerome Carter, man.
Tell me why. This is your view, Justin.
All right. I know we're going back to the Chad Morris era on offense. And I'm pretty sure TJ Green played in this.
He did.
The same years? Yeah. This is TJ Green.
And TJ Green came in as a wide receiver in Chad Morris's offense and then got moved to safety.
Yeah, and ended up a second-round pick as a safety. So this is TJ Green to me. He's long, man. He's a ball hawk. Like had the same amount of interceptions as Ricardo last year. So Ricardo had 6 interceptions. This kid had 6 interceptions, but far better tackler, much longer, much faster, and just a violent hitter. Can play in the box as well. I don't know if you watched any. I don't know if you watched any of his tape, but definitely holds up in the line of scrimmage. He had like 1 goal line stop. You know that they played Indiana this year?
Yeah, the first game of the season, I think.
Yeah, he 11 tackles against Indiana.
Not too bad.
That seems pretty good to me, Will.
You think he loves football?
Yeah, he loves football.
We got all 3.
Yep. And he's got 2 years eligibility, so that's not a senior. It's not a 1-year deal. He's got 2 years.
That's the Dabo special. When he first talked about getting in the transfer portal, I think last year or 2 years ago, he refused to go after guys with 1 year eligibility.
And this was the sneaky part about Tom Allen, that whenever he got hired, people worried about his recruiting. He's done well in Florida at almost every place he's gone. Jerome Carter's from Lake City, Florida, or Lake City, maybe another Lake Wells, maybe Lake Wells. I don't know. One of the lakes in Florida, and Elliott Washington, also a Florida kid. So two defensive backs from the state of Florida originally. Good signs. Definitely.
And where's Luke Farrelly from? Carlsbad,
California. That's Julian Sand area.
That scares me a little bit. Carlsbad. You know what places have the ending of bad in their name would be, places in the Middle East. So could be a terrorist. Don't know.
Maybe.
Respectfully. Not all people from the Middle East are terrorists. Probably shouldn't have said that on a podcast. But we're here. He played in the Avocado League. Ever heard of the Avocado League?
I have not, man.
Me neither. It is, let's see, Farrelly attended Carlsbad High School. He played as a linebacker, helping the team compile a record of 31-4-3 seasons, including 17-0 in conference games in the Avocado League. Wow. Tell me that's not California football, where your conference is called the Avocado League. Gotta love it. I can't wait to see this cat play football. I can't wait. Dustin, anything else? What we got going around the corner? We got some more guys probably coming. All you people getting mad on my post, my little Excel sheet about us not getting to an offensive player, just be patient. There's 2 weeks of this. Actually, there's more than that, but I think we have till March for people to sign.
Well, I'm not going to jinx it, but there's a tackle that I have my eye on, an offensive tackle who has started in the Big Ten.
Yep.
There's a running back that has my interest, but I'm not going to jinx it.
Does he have our interest?
I'm going to say I hope so.
Is his interest in us? All right, I got an idea. Get a piece of paper. Write this down.
Okay.
Do you want me? Check yes or no. Mail it to him. See what he says back.
Okay. So, but we played against this running back last year, and honestly,
he played against us. Let's just say that.
He played against us. That's a good.
He played against us. I don't know if we played.
And honestly, there was a play, and this shout out Khalil Barnes. What's that coming down the track?
It's the meme machine in red and black. That's all I want to say.
Anyways, so those are two that I have my eye on. Defensively, there's going to be much more defensive backs. I think we'll sign another corner, probably at least another 3 safeties. Maybe a defensive end. I think that there's some defensive ends in the market. I think that that's not really a signal of anything else other than that room's not very experienced. Like obviously, say what?
I got a corner and a defensive lineman that are twinkling in my eye right now. One I think is going to commit on Friday, and one I think is going to commit tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and defensive tackle. I think we have a couple of defensive tackles that are close to committing to Clemson as well.
Yeah, so super excited, super excited. Do you think that hit on Khalil Barnes is when he went to the transfer portal?
I think so.
That might have hit him so hard he went to an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
I think that's what happened. Well, shorter episode today doesn't mean it's not action packed, and we will probably be back next week because I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with the transfer portal. Also, tune in our recruiting highlight season review is going on still. I lost my words. I think I just had CTE just pop up. Still going on. Dustin, should we add transfer portal guys in there?
Oh yeah,
I think we ought to.
I think we definitely should do some film review of these guys that are committing. I don't know how many we're going to end up doing, but definitely should.
Yeah, because that's if we're doing one a week, I don't think there's 35 weeks until the season starts. We might have to do a couple more. But thank you for listening to another episode of Inside the Valley. That's Dustin Black. I'm William Cockerill. Please like, subscribe, go follow us on Twitter. It is not Dustin Black 69420. It is D Black.
No, it's not,
it is
man.
Dustin
B 429
429. I think at this point, I'm going to try and get your Twitter handle correct every single time. X handle.
Yeah. So it'll be Twitter, man.
Follow him at DP69420 and follow me at Walk On Moose. We'll see you in the next one.